So again, we're moments away from the start of our contest today, as Grandview's first game of the season, while the Ravens have a game under their belt after a win over the number 3 rated Morningside Mustangs. Christian Klobe will kick it away. Sophomore from Olathe, Kansas. And we are underway, and that'll go in the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 Grandview from their own 25-yard line. Again, the quarterback is Jackson Waring. .63 senior from Ankeny, the Illinois State transfer. And they are testing the tornado sirens, as they do here in Des Moines, at noon on the first Saturday of every month. So that's the noise you're hearing in the background, those tornado sirens. Pistol formation for Grandview. Man in motion, and Waring will keep it himself off the left side. And he'll get about 4 to the 29-yard line. Again, make it 2nd down and 6. Looks like they're going to give him 5 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for Grandview from the 30. Dalten Van Pelt, the running back. Couple in the slot. Roll out right for Waring. He's going to go deep right side, looking for a man, and it's incomplete. Intended for Tristan Williams. 3rd down and 5. Blake Castile along the end, Cole Johnson, also the end for Benedictine. 3rd and 5 at the 30. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right of the formation. Empty backfield for Waring. Jackson firing left, and that's complete for a 1st down. Curtis Horace, 6'1" freshman from Des Moines out of Western Illinois. A gain to the 43, a pickup of 13 yards to the freshman, Horace. Van Pelt, the running back, on 1st and 10 from the 43. Jackson, a little rollout. Goes to the middle, and he's got Toki, but the ball's poked away nicely by Peyton Job. .59 senior out of Pleasant Hill, Missouri. 2nd down and 10, Grandview from the 43. Want to thank our season sponsors, Hy-Vee, Kent and Carroll Henning, Catch Des Moines, DeMoss, and Country Inn and Suites by Radisson and Clive. Pistol formation, 2nd down and 10 from the 43. Man in motion is Williams from right to left. Handoff. About to go to Ethan Schultz. 5'10" junior from Comanche, Iowa Central Community College transfer. A gain of 2 to the 45. It'll be third down now and 8 for Grandview. Here's Waring out of the shotgun. On third down and 8, Waring will roll out right. Lollipop it to the deep side. Incomplete. Intended for the receiver. And that's Jordan Cum. It'll be fourth down. But we have a flag down in the play. I think it's holding. It'll be declined. And the Vikings will punt after picking up a first down. So the Ravens will get possession of the ball for the first time today. Grandview punter is Braden Corey, 5'11" sophomore. From Alleman, North Polk High School. And a fair catch at the 25-yard line by Lagafuaina, the junior from Phoenix, Arizona. First and 10 Ravens from their own 25-yard line. And quarterback Jackson Dooley will lead the offense. Dooley, the senior from Lawrence, Kansas, out of Lawrence High School. 3 receivers to the left. Dooley out of the shotgun. Tailback is Witherspoon. Here's Witherspoon. He'll get a couple of yards straight ahead to the 28-yard line. Tackle made by Cade Sheedy. A gain of 3. Second down and 7 from the 28. Split backs now for Dooley. 2 receivers to the left. Man in motion is Zimmerman, the tight end. And the handoff goes to Xavier Ugorji. That'll be a first down carry past the 35 to the 36-yard line, a gain of 8. And the Ravens pick up their first down of the day. Here's Dooley. Little dump down pass short, complete. That's Witherspoon. He's out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Pushed out of bounds by Michael Banks. But not before the Ravens pick up another first down after a gain of 10 more. First and 10 from the 46. Witherspoon, the senior out of Windsor, Missouri. Here's Dooley. Again, it's complete to Witherspoon, who's knocked out of bounds at the 49-yard line. A gain of 3, second down and 7. Again, Benedictine, the last team to beat Grandview in the regular season, dating back 7 years ago, November of 2018. Dooley, a little quick out to Witherspoon again, and he rolls out of bounds in Grandview territory at the 46 is where they spotted, a gain of 5 more. It'll bring up third down and about 2. Single receiver short side to the left, 2 to the right. Dooley will pitch it. And that'll be a first down. Ugorji picks up the first down. He got 2 and needed 2. 1st and 10 Ravens from the Grandview 44. Ugorji out of Menifee, California. Here's Dooley to Ugorji on the dump down pass. And he'll pick up another Raven first down. Inside the Grandview 35. That time Jackson Filer got pressure on Dooley, but not before Dooley unloads to Ugorji for a first down to the Grandview 33, a pickup of 11. As the Ravens again move the chains on their first drive, which began at their own 25. Ugorji, left side, picks up a couple of more inside the Viking 30 to the 29. Gain of 4. Pistol formation. Witherspoon is the back. Tyler Watson in motion. Here's Witherspoon. And he's met for a small gain of 1 yard to the 28. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. .7:35 remaining first quarter. Vikings picked up a first down, then punted, and now the Ravens have a 3rd and 5 at the Grandview 28. Dooley fires middle and incomplete. That was intended for Lagufuaina. And Benedictine will send in the kick unit. Here's Christian Kloby. From the 35, a 45-yarder if good. And he missed it. He pulled it to the left. So the Vikings defense bends but does not break. As it's a 10-play drive for the Ravens that goes 47 yards and comes up with no points. So Grandview takes over from their own 28-yard line. Waring hands it off to Van Pelt. Dalten goes left, cuts back right. And he'll be thrown out of bounds after a gain of maybe 2. Looks like they may give him 3 to the 31. Van Pelt, the junior from Van Meter. Trips now to the left of the formation, 1 to the right. Van Pelt, the running back, with Waring out of the shotgun. Now Lance Clayberg, the tight end, will shift to the left. Here's Waring. He's going to fake it, and he's dump it down short, and he overshot his freshman receiver, Schultz, Ethan Schultz, who make it the junior from Comanche. Well, that'll bring up 3rd and 7 for Grandview. That stops the clock with 6 minutes and 37 seconds to play in our opening quarter. Current weather conditions, sunny and 64. Trips left, one right, wearing out of the shotgun. Jackson dancing around back there, fires middle's got Toki for a first down. Aisea is into Raven territory, brought down at about the 46-yard line. On 3rd down and 7, Grandview picks up 23 yards, and they move the chains as Aisea Toki has his first reception of the 2025 campaign. Jordan comes out near side to the left. That's Tristan Williams in the slot. Make it the slot right. Here's Van Pelt. Left side. Gets maybe 3 or 4 yards inside the Benedictine 45 to maybe the 43 or 42 yard line. Call it a 4-yard gain to the 42. 2nd down and a long 6. Two receivers to the left. Here's Van Pelt. A gain of 1 to the 41. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. And we have an injured Viking on the play. Meanwhile, it's 3rd down and 5 for Grandview from the Raven 41-yard line, a drive that began at the 28 after Christian Klobe missed a 45-yard field goal, and an 11-play drive for Benedictine stalled with no points. 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Waring. He dumps it near side and incomplete. A little too much juice on that pass to Chase Ragler, freshman from Carroll. And now Grandview will have to punt the football. So Braden Corey in for the punt. And Lagu Faina deep to return at his own 10. Fair catch at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10, Benedictine. Early statistics, Grandview with 51 total yards to Benedictine's 47. From the 15-yard line for the Ravens, 1st down and 10. And a whistle and a flag. False start, or is that encroachment on the defense? And it's a false start on the offense. Going to cost them 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 10. Pistol formation. And somebody moved again, I think, for Benedictine. It's going to cost them another 5. So now it's 1st and 20. Ugorji in the backfield. Dooley in the shotgun. Here's Dooley. Here comes the pressure. Dooley fires it out quickly. And they got about 10 back on that play as Titan Osborne, the freshman from Topeka, picks up 10. So now it's second down and 10. Dooley pitching it to Ugorji. Around the right side, Ugorji, and a flag comes out. This may be coming back for a hold as Ugorji gets out to the 24. But again, this is coming back, I think, for a hold. And that's what it is. Replay second down. And they'll walk it off back to the 8-yard line. That's a loss of 7. So now it's second down and 17. From the 8. Dooley. An incomplete drop pass by Chase Sucharski, the Hillsboro redshirt freshman. Sucharski, the intended receiver, and that's 3rd and 17. Dooley. And incomplete as the intended receiver, LeBron Jackson. And a flag comes out late. As he was double teamed by Michael Banks and Kellen Moore. Yeah, not sure that ball was catchable, but they're going to call pass interference. And it's going to be a 15-yard penalty to the 22, 1st and 10 for Benedictine. So Benedictine gets a fresh set of downs on the pass interference. Here's Dooley, and he is sacked. Oh, Jackson Filer. Dooley tried to roll out of it for a split second, but Jackson Filer gets his first sack of the year and finishes off Jackson. Dooley back at the 12-yard line, again a loss of 10. Second down and 20. Second and 20 from the 12. Dooley. That's Lagafaina. And it'll get a huge chunk of yardage back. It's out across the 25 to the 26. A gain of 14. Now it's 3rd down and 6 from the 26. Tyler Watson, the man in motion off the left side. Here's Dooley looking left. Fires left. Ball's tipped and intercepted. Intercepted by Grandview. Back the other way and inside the 20-yard line. That is Levi Manson with the interception, the first interception for the Grandview defense this year off the tip pass. The junior from Vineland, New Jersey, out of Liberty University, the transfer. Levi Manson sets up the Vikings 1st and 10 from the Benedictine 19. Two receivers to the left, one receiver short right. Waring hands it off to Dalten Van Pelt. Off the right side, Van Pelt picks up a couple to the 17. 2nd down and 8. A 17-yard interception return for Levi Manson. 2nd down and 8 from the 18. Make it the 17. Here's Waring. Rolls out left. Now Jackson will scramble and he'll keep it himself and dive inside the 15 to about the 13 for a pickup of 4. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 4. As we are under a minute to play in quarter number 1. Waring will keep it himself and tuck and run. Jackson has a 1st down or near it. And he should have forward progress to the 9-yard line. That should be enough for a Viking 1st down. It'll be 1st down and goal, a pickup of 4 for Jackson Waring. And that'll be the final play of the quarter. So we have played 15 minutes here at Mediacom Stadium for the Grandview Vikings season opener, and we are scoreless. As we begin the second quarter, Grandview has it 1st and goal from the Benedictine 9-yard line following a Levi Manson interception of Jackson Dooley. As Manson intercepted the football, took it all the way back to the Benedictine 19-yard line. A 17-yard return for Levi Manson to the Benedictine 19. Now it's 1st and goal for Grandview from the 9. Waring in the shotgun. Ethan Schultz is the running back. Waring off the left side, and he will get maybe a yard to the 8. That'll bring up 2nd down and goal. From the 8-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Got Toki and Cum on the right slot. Here's Waring. Jackson dancing out to the right side. And he spins out of a tackle and throws it away as he was getting pressure from Abram Phillips, the linebacker out of Olathe, Kansas. Forced Waring into a throwaway. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 8. See what offensive coordinator Jordan Knock draws up here on 3rd and 8 from the 8. And a flag is down and a whistle to play dead. And it looks like this is on the offense. It's going to cost Grandview 5, I believe. It's a false start. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 13. Two receivers to the left, two receivers to the right. Wearing out of the shotgun on 3rd and goal. Waring throws to the middle to Toki for a touchdown! Aisea Toki off the dart by Jackson Waring at the goal line. And the Vikings have scored the first points of the 2025 season. On 3rd and 13, and the extra point is up and good from Corey Wood. And Grandview leads it 7-0. So Grandview cashes in on Levi Manson's interception and turns it into points. Six plays and 19 yards. The scoring drive. Jackson Waring, 13-yard pass on 3rd and 13 for a touchdown. At the 14:01 mark of the second quarter. Here's the kickoff. Kongolo Mwenomkamba, the kick for Grandview, the Iowa City junior from Northern Iowa transfer. It'll be a touchback, 1st and 10 from the 25 for Benedictine. Pistol formation for Dooley from the 25. One in the backfield. Dooley fires outside. It is complete to Aisea Haston. A gain to the 33, a pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2. Here's Dooley. Fires deep left and incomplete. Miscommunication intended for LeBron Jackson, but Jackson ran underneath and Dooley fired it deep. 3rd down and 2 from the 33 now. Dooley hands it off, and that's a first down carry for Witherspoon. Dalton Witherspoon across the 35 to the 38, picked up 5. Two receivers left and right. Witherspoon in the backfield, and here's the handoff to Witherspoon. Off the left side, comes around the end, and he gets out to the 44-yard line before being brought down by Tucker Dickherber, the junior from Comanche for Grandview. A gain to the 44, a pickup of 6. Second down and 4. That's Ugorji. Gets out. Picks up a first down to the 48-yard line. Tackle made by Kellen Moore. Had a stoppage in play here for an official time. I think they reset the down markers on the far side of the field. We've got the ball at the 48, and they had the down marker at the 50, so they have to readjust. Now they have. It's 1st and 10 for Benedictine from their own 48. Dooley throws underneath, and it's caught by Witherspoon after a short gain. Grandview tackle made by Porter Doggett, freshman from Van Meter. After a gain of 2 to the 50, second down and 8. Three receivers left. Shotgun snap to Dooley. Pitch to Ugorji, and he's brought down after a tackle made by Tegan Bothan. Or make it John Argo, rather. That's John Argo on the tackle, excuse me. No gain, third down and 8. Third and 8 from the 50. Man in motion is Cameron Dover from right to left. Ugorji in motion. Here's Dooley. Dooley pumps, fires, and it's caught by Dover. First down inside the Grandview 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 21 on third down and 8. Dover, the LA native out of El Camino Real Charter. But Benedictine picks up a big third down conversion and gets 21. 1st and 10, Benedictine from the Grandview 29. Here's Dooley. And he overshot his receiver that time, intended for Tyler Watson, the tight end. Second down and 10. This will be the 10th play of the drive for the Ravens, which started at their own 25. Ravens had an 11-play drive, stalled with a field goal miss their last possession. From the 29, here's Dooley, rolls out to the left. Dooley fires underneath, and he's got an open receiver, and he dropped it. Tanner Zimmerman drops it. inside the Grandview 15. Vikings catch a huge break right there. Now it's 3rd and 10 from the 29. Three receivers to the left. One receiver short side right. Dooley operates under an empty backfield on 3rd and 10. Ugorji in motion. Into the backfield. Here's Dooley. On 3rd and 10, fires middle. Wide open receiver. It's a first down. And he fumbles the football. It's recovered by Grandview. Recovered by Kellen Moore, as that was LeBron Jackson who caught the football, got contact, spun around, the ball pops out, and Kellen Moore recovers the fumble. And that's the second Raven turnover today. Vikings cashed in on the first one after Levi Manson intercepted Dooley. 6 plays later, Waring found Aisea Toki for the only touchdown today. Now Grandview takes over. At their own 8-yard line. Here's Waring from his own end zone. Waring underneath pass goes to Dalten. Van Pelt finds him at the 15, a gain to the 16, a pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2. As we approach 9 minutes to play in our first half, Grandview has the 7-0 advantage, 2nd and 2 from the 16. Van Pelt gets the call. He picks up the first down across the 20 to the 23. A gain of 7. Call it a gain of 6 to the 22. Here's Van Pelt. Dalten breaks a tackle, has another first down across the 35, out of bounds at about the 37. That's a gain of 15 more. The junior from Van Meter running hard for Grandview today. Two receivers to the left, one to the short side right. Van Pelt, Dalten, make it, that's Evan Schultz rather. Schultz at to the 40. And flags are out. Ethan Schultz, the ball carrier, got 3 that time on that carry, but now let's check out the penalty marker. And this one's going to go against Benedictine for 15, I believe. It's going to be a personal foul. It's a personal foul on the Ravens. And that'll give Grandview 15 more. All the way to the Benedictine 45-yard line, 1st and 10. That's a net gain of 18 yards after the penalty. Play action. Waring looking deep, fires middle. He's got Toki. Aisea has it at the 30. And he's fighting for extra yardage and dives ahead to the 25, a gain of 20. Call it a gain of 19. They gave him the 26-yard line. A 16, make it a 19-yard play from Waring to Aisea Toki, and it's 1st and 10 Grandview from the Raven 26. Here's Van Pelt. Gets a couple of more to the 24. 2nd down and 8. The personal foul was for a late hit on Benedictine. Second and 8 from the 24 as we approach 6 minutes to play in our first half. Van Pelt again, off the left side. Not much for Dalten that time. Might have actually lost a yard back to the 20. It looks like it's no gain is the call. No gain on the play. 3rd and 8 from the 24. Two receivers left, 3 receivers right on 3rd and 8. 5:40 to play first half. And Benedictine says time out. Here's 3rd down and 8 for Grandview from the 24. Shotgun snap to Waring. Left side pass caught. 1st down inside the 10. 1st and goal Grandview. That's Jordan Cum on the catch. All the way to the 8-yard line. A gain of 16 on 3rd down and 8. Curtis Horace, the Liberty University transfer in the slot right. Here's Dalten Van Pelt inside the 5 to about the 4 for a gain of 4. 2nd down and goal. Now Horace will leave the contest. 2nd and goal, Grandview from the Benedictine 4-yard line as we come up on the 4-minute mark of the first half. Lone back is Van Pelt. Dalten gets the pitch left. Dalten cuts up field into the end zone and a touchdown. Vikings cash in on a Raven turnover for the 2nd time in 2 attempts. Nine plays and 92 yards on the scoring drive. Corey Wood for the extra point. It's up and it is through, and Grandview leads at 14-0. Vikings cash in on the John Argo fumble recovery. And Grandview leads at 14-0 with 3:57 to play in the first half. Again, 9 plays, 92 yards on the scoring drive, of course, aided by a late hit personal foul in that drive on Benedictine, which gave Grandview 15 free yards. And Grandview cashes in on the Raven miscues. Grandview with 148 yards of total offense. Benedictine 129. Here's the kick. It's a squibber. And that's going to go through the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 Ravens from their own 25. Jackson wearing a 6 of 12 for 89 yards and a touchdown. Jackson Dooley is 10 of 17 for 108 yards and a touchdown, or make an interception, excuse me. Dalten Van Pelt has 10 attempts on the ground for 40 yards and a touchdown, an average of 4 yards per carry. And a nice cutback move here by Ugorji. Goes left, cuts back, or goes right, cuts back left, and he's finally brought out of bounds at the Grandview 40, or make it the Raven 46-yard line, a gain of 21 yards. Xavier Ugorji, a 21-yard gain on first down to start the drive. Benedictine with 3, make it 2 timeouts remaining. Grandview has all 3. Dooley, Ugorji. He slithers for a couple to the 48-yard line, 2nd down and 8. Three receivers to the right. Shotgun for Dooley. And the handoff here is to J.J. Jackson. And he gets about 3 to the Grandview 49. That'll be 3rd down and 5 coming up for Benedictine. Two receivers right, one receiver to the left. Shotgun snap coming up to Dooley. He's going to step up and run, and he's got a first down. He dives for it. And he's to the Grandview 43-yard line, a gain of 6 on 3rd and 5, and the Ravens move the chains. As we're under 2 minutes to play, and that is the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings have scored 14 points off 2 Raven turnovers. 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Ugorji. Nice little dance move, and he's got another Raven first down to the Grandview 30 before his forward progress is stopped. .59 slithery senior for Benedictine. To the Grandview 31, a gain of 11. Dooley, near side, caught. That should be another first down. That's completed to Titan Osborne. Looks like it's going to be just short. It'll be 2nd and less than a yard. Are they going to move the chains here? Looks like it's second and about a foot, just shy of the 21. Dooley hands it off to Ugorji. That's a first down, and flags are out. Looks like it's a hold. Going to come back. They threw that flag in the direction of number 71, Jacoby Hinton. So this will cost the Ravens 10. So a second and a foot is going to become about second and 10. With 1:17 to play, first half. Second down and 10 now from the Grandview 31. Here's Dooley, scrambles to the right. Dump down pass caught, forced out of bounds. Zimmerman backs himself out of bounds at the 28 for a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7. Zimmerman out of bounds to stop the clock. The Ravens do have 2 timeouts remaining. Here's Dooley. And it's caught, nearly intercepted, or near a chance for an interception by Cade Sheedy, but it's complete for almost a 10-yard gain, or make it a 7-yard gain rather than the 21, and it's a first down. And Grandview calls time with 52.7 to play. And the play has been overruled. That is incomplete. Well, our camera guy here called it. He thought it skipped the turf, and it did. As they reviewed the play, so it's incomplete. So now it's 4th down. 4th and 8 from the 29. So that is an incomplete pass. So the first down is negated. So now 4th and 8 from the 29. Or make it, it should be 4th and 7 from the 28. And the Ravens go on 4th and 7. Trips left. Single receiver slot, short right rather. Here's Dooley. Pressure comes, fires, and that ball is caught. And that is a first down reception on 4th and 7 by LeBron Jackson. Inside the Viking 20 to the 17, a gain of 11. Stop the clock to move the chains. Dooley. Again near side, and he overshot his man that time, intended for Titan Osborne. As Levi Manson was there defending for Grandview. With 41.8 seconds to play, second down and 10. Dooley fires to the end zone, and that's interference. That's going to be pass interference on Grandview. The intended receiver was Lago Faina, and he was interfered with. That'll be Kenyi James will be called for pass interference for Grandview. And that'll give Benedictine a first and goal at the 2-yard line. They'll mark off the full 15 yards. So now first and goal, Benedictine from the Grandview 2. And the Ravens have a chance to cut into the lead. They deferred at the coin toss, so they will get the ball to start the second half. So a chance for a double score here for Benedictine to score at the end of the first half and get the ball to start the second. From the 2-yard line, first and goal with 37.4 to play. Trips left, one right. Ugorji gets the handoff, and he will push forward, and he'll be stopped shy at the 1-yard line, a gain of 1, second down and goal. Clock runs. Ravens have one timeout left, and now they'll burn it. Second down and goal for Benedictine at the Grandview 1-yard line as we near the end of the first half. The Ravens have now outgained Grandview 199 to 148 total yards. Ravens have ran 10 extra plays on offense at 38 to 28. Ravens 131 of their 199 on passing. Now they get up close, and they will sneak it with Dooley. And let's see, no signal yet. Clock is running. No call. Clock is running. And the Ravens got to burn a timeout. Their third timeout, and he did not get in apparently. So now it's third and goal with 12.5, and the Ravens have no timeouts remaining. They could not get it in on that sneak there from the one. They'll be basically kissing that goal line with the ball just off the goal line. Again, the Ravens will get the ball first to start the second half. Here's Dooley. Handed off to Ugorji, and he is in the end zone for the touchdown. Xavier Ugorji scores with 9 seconds remaining in the first half, and the Ravens are on the board. That's a 13-play drive that covers 75 yards. Extra point is up and good for Klobe, and it's 14-7. Individual statistics, Xavier Ugorji now with 54 yards rushing on 10 carries and the score, an average of 5.4 per carry. Jackson Dooley is 13 of 22 for 131 yards and an interception. For Grandview, Jackson Waring is 6 of 12 for 89 yards and a score. Dalten Van Pelt has ran the ball 10 times for 40 yards. Defensively, for Grandview, Kellen Moore has 6 tackles, 4 solo. John Argo, 5 tackles, 4 solo. Kate Sheedy, 4 tackles, 2 solo. Tucker Dickherber and Casey Trudeau each with 3 tackles. For Benedictine, Peyton Joby with 4. Dylan Witherspoon has 3, along with Jason Anderson, leading tacklers for Benedictine. Now, little short kick. And Aisea Toki will just fair catch it inside the 20. So the Ravens get a much-needed score, and we'll see if that score can propel them into a potential tying score when they get the ball first to start the second half. And I think Grandview is just going to take a knee here to end the half, and we will go to the locker room with Grandview leading at 14-7. Now they had to respot the ball from the 20 to the 25. And Grandview will just take a knee and run out the final 9.2. And that is the halftime break as Grandview leads at 14-7. All of the scoring in this game coming here in the second quarter. At 14:01, it was Jackson Waring 13 yards to Aisea Toki off of a Levi Manson interception. 6 plays, 19 yards, 7-0 Vikings. Then off a John Argo fumble recovery, Grandview takes it 9 plays, 92 yards on a Dalten Van Pelt 4-yard run with 3:57 to play. And then with 9 seconds remaining in the quarter, it's Xavier Ugorji on a 1-yard run, 13 plays, 75 yards, and the Ravens get on the board, trailing it 14-7. And the Ravens have committed 2 turnovers, a fumble, lost, an interception that Grandview converted into all of their points. John Argo had the fumble recovery, which led to the Dalten Van Pelt touchdown run, and Levi Manson intercepted Jackson Dooley. It converted into the Waring to Aisea Toki touchdown pass. Now the Vikings to kick it off here, and it's Kongolo Mwemkamba to kick it off, and it's out of bounds. That'll draw a flag, and Ravens will get the ball at their own 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Benedictine from their own 35. Dooley out of the shotgun, actually in the pistol formation. And it's Ugorji, and he'll fight to get about 2 yards to the 37. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Two receivers to the left. Single receiver short side right. Now Dooley calls an offensive play. He'll pitch it to Ugorji. Off the left side, Ugorji will be pushed out of bounds shy of the down marker at about the 43-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 after a gain of 6. Ball spotted off the left hash. Shotgun snap to Dooley. Ugorji, and he'll dive forward and should have the 1st down. Well, maybe they'll mark him they're going to mark him short by about a half yard, I believe, here. It's going to be short. Actually, it's going to be about a half yard shy. So 4th and a half yard after an official gain of 1. Viking defensive switches real quick after the Ravens keep their offense on the field and 4th and a half yard from just shy of the 45. They go power I, and it's Ugorji has the 1st down with plenty to spare after a gain of a full yard and a half. It'll be 1st and 10 Ravens from their own 46, a pickup of officially 2. So the Ravens trying to get the 2-for-1, so to speak, after scoring to end the first half and to score to start the second to get this game potentially tied. Pistol formation. Dueling to Ugorji. Or actually, this is J.J. Jackson, rather, off the right side, and he'll get 3, make it 2 yards to the 48, 2nd down and 8. Three receivers to the slot left. Now Tyler Watson will shift from right to left. Shotgun snap to Dueling, rolling out to his left. Dueling fires downfield, and that ball is caught at the 30-yard line by Lagufaina. After a long gain inside the 30, they're going to mark him at the 30, so that's a gain of 22 yards. 1st and 10 Benedictine. They go tempo. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Dueling out of the shotgun. Fires underneath. Again, that is Jackson out of bounds at the 25, a gain of 5. That's 2nd and 5. Second and 5 from the 25. Receiver lone out to the right side. Now Dueling between a couple of backs. Man will go in motion. That's Ugorji. Hands it off to Jackson off the left side. He's got open running room, and he's got a 1st down carry inside the Grandview 15 to the 13. A pickup of 12. 1st and 10 Ravens. Ugorji is the running back. For Dueling, shotgun. Here's Ugorji. He'll slither for maybe 2 to the 11. 2nd and 8. As we approach 10 minutes to play here in our 3rd quarter, Grandview right now holding a 14-7 lead, but Ravens looking to tie it up potentially on this possession. Out of the pistol. Ugorji. And he'll be wrapped up for no gain, maybe a loss of 1. They'll call it no gain to the 11. Now it's 3rd down and 8 from the 11. Here's a big 3rd down for the Grandview defense, as Benedictine has marched down the field from their own 35. Here's Dueling. Looks left, now scrambles right. Dueling looks to the end zone. He'll run for it, throw to the end zone. That ball is incomplete, as the ball was caught by Dover, but he was shoved out of bounds by Tucker Dickherber before he could get his feet down. It's incomplete. And it's 4th down and 8 from the 11. And they'll attempt a field goal from the 19-yard line. This will be a 29-yard field goal if good. The kick is up, and it is through. The 29-yarder is up and good. And the Ravens are back to within 4 at 14-10 with 8:57 to play in the 3rd quarter, excuse me. Christian Klobe with the 29-yard field goal. And that was a scoring drive that went 12 plays that covered 54 yards. The Christian Klobe field goal, 14-10 in favor of Grandview. 8:57 to play in the third quarter. I'd like to thank our season sponsors, Hy-Vee, Carroll and Kent Henning, Catch Des Moines, DeMoss, Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons, and Country Inn and Suites by Radisson in Clive. My name is Jeff Kahn. Here in Des Moines on this mid-60s day, a couple of Titans in the Heart of America Athletic Conference starting in September, early September, as Grandview's first game and Benedictine's second. Kick goes out of the end zone for a touchback. Grandview begins at 1st and 10 from their own 25. .254 yards of total offense now for Benedictine. Grandview's first chance here in the third quarter. And it's Dalten Van Pelt to call. Off the left side, Van Pelt has a nice, almost an 8-yard gain on first down to the 33-yard line. Van Pelt finished the first half with 40 yards rushing on 10 attempts for a 4-yard per carry average. Now he has 48 yards on 11 carries. Call it second and a short 2. Van Pelt again. And he'll pick up the first down across the 40. And he'll roll forward to about the 43 for a gain. Or make it the 38 rather, excuse me. A gain of 5 to the 38. 1st and 10 Grandview. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right of the formation. Here's Van Pelt again, goes left, cuts back right. Van Pelt's got some open running room, breaks a tackle, spins forward for another Grandview first down into Raven territory to the 49-yard line, a gain of 13 yards. That puts Van Pelt over the 60-yard mark at 61 yards. Shotgun snap to Waring. Near side to Van Pelt. Makes a man miss at the 45, and ahead it comes near the 40. Down at about the 43 is where his knee is down. That's a gain of 6 more on the pass play from Waring to Van Pelt. Actually, Van Pelt officially now with 66 yards rushing on 13 carries, averaging 5.1 currently. And that was his second reception for 15 yards. Second down and 5. Make it 4, rather, for Grandview from the Raven 43. Van Pelt again. Nope. Check that. That's Chase Regular. The freshman from Carroll, Chase Regaler, to the 29. That's a gain of 14 yards on first down. On a second down play, rather. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 29. Waring turns, fires. He's got Toki inside the 10. Aisea Toki pushed out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. No, they say touchdown. Touchdown, Grandview. As the referees converge and talk about it, and they agree it's a touchdown for Aisea Toki. He stayed in bounds and got the ball across the plane of the goal. That's a 29-yard touchdown pass from Waring to Aisea Toki, and that is his second connection with Waring today to score at the 5:35 mark. And the extra point is good. Grandview 21, Benedictine 10. That's a 6-play drive that went 75 yards. Jackson Waring 29 yards to Aisea Toki. And those two gentlemen developed a pretty strong chemistry to end last year, especially in the postseason. And they've connected twice today for Grandview scores. So Grandview answers Benedictine's field goal with a touchdown, and they extend the lead to 2 scores at 21-10. And the Vikings have their second 2-score lead of the day. Congolo Mwenemkamba to kick it off for Grandview. The UNI transfer. And here's Lagufaina. And he'll take it a pass the 25 to the 26-yard line, 1st and 10 Ravens. Two receivers left. Pistol formation for Benedictine. Play action. Dueling fires over the middle, and it's caught. A nice catch by Tanner Zimmerman over the middle. And the Ravens have it near midfield. They're going to spot him just shy of midfield at the 49. That's a 23-yard pass play. Dueling to Zimmerman. Lawrence, Kansas to Olathe, Kansas on that connection. Pistol formation. This is Ugorji. Stutter steps and gets into Grandview territory down at the 48-yard line. Picks up 3, 2nd down and 7. Two receivers left, one receiver right. Ugorji, the running back for Dueling. Or Dooley, rather, excuse me. Dooley drops back, and there's a hold. And we should get a hold on the offense here, going to cost the Ravens 10. That'll make it 2nd down and long. They'll mark it back to the 42-yard line, a net loss of 6. So 2nd and 16. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Here's Dooley. Being pressured, rolls out, throws underneath, and incomplete. He was looking for Ugorji. The pass fell in front of the foot of Jacoby Hinton, the lineman, and he had to let it bounce, and that may be illegal touching as the flag comes out. I'm not sure if the ball actually hit Hinton, which would be illegal touching. as another flag is down. They're going to wave off the flag. So incomplete. So 3rd down and 16 from the 42. .347 to play in this 3rd quarter. Vikings lead at 21-10. And it's 3rd and long here for Benedictine. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver short side right. Ugorji is the running back for Dooley. Here's Dooley under pressure, steps up, breaks out of a tackle, rolls out left, directing traffic. Dooley is going to fire it to the middle, and that ball is intercepted. Intercepted by Tracy Davis. And the Ravens commit their 3rd turnover today, and that's the 3rd Viking takeaway. As Jackson Dooley rolled out and threw back across his body. And Tracy Davis steps in front of the receiver and picks it off. Vikings take over from the Raven 49-yard line. We'll see if Grandview can capitalize on this Raven miscue. The Vikings are 2 for 2 today in that department. 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Toki in motion. He'll take around the jet sweep. Now the reverse to Jordan Come around the right side. And Jordan will get yardage inside the 45 down at about the 44. So that's a gain of about 5 on the reverse. As we now have under 3 minutes to play in our 3rd quarter. Pistol formation. Here's Dalten Van Pelt. DVP fights for a hard 1 yard to the 43. It'll be 3rd down now and 4. Third and 4 from the Benedictine 43. Here's Waring and over the middle. He's got Aisea Toki. That's a 1st down catch to the Raven 35, a gain of 8. And that's Aisea's 5th reception today. And he is over the 80-yard mark, along with 2 scores. Two receivers right. And Ethan Schultz is tackled in the backfield for a loss of 2. That'll put the Vikings behind the chains at the 37-yard line, 2nd down and 12. Schultz, the running back, on 2nd and 12. Waring rolls out right. Jackson steps up. Now he's going to take off, and he's going to get a yard past the down, or the pylon, or the down marker rather, excuse me. And it's a gain of 3 to the 40, or to the 34-yard line, excuse me. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Three receivers now, near side left, 1, make it 2 to the right, empty backfield. I think we got a free play here. Waring will go deep left side, rainbow it out of bounds, and this will be a 5-yard penalty for offsides on the defense. So 3rd and 9 becomes 3rd and 4 with the penalty. They'll mark off the 5 yards and spot the ball at the 34-yard line. 3rd down, or the 29-yard line, excuse me. It'll be 3rd down and 4 from the 29. Slot receiver left, 2 to the slot right. Here's Schultz, and he'll be stopped 2 yards shy after a gain of 2 to the 27. It'll be 4th down and 2. And that'll be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So Grandview will take an 11-point lead into the 3rd quarter break, and they lead it 21-10 here at gvvikings.com. Final 15 minutes from Mediacom Stadium in Des Moines, where the Grandview Vikings lead it 21-10. And the kick unit is on the field as they will attempt a 44-yard field goal. Corey Wood, placement spot kick by Wood is up, and it is good. Corey Wood buries the 44-yard field goal, and Corey's a bit fired up about it. 5 seconds into our final quarter, Corey Wood kicks a 44-yard field goal, and Grandview has their second 14-point lead of the day. That's a 7-play drive that covered 22 yards. Make it 24 yards. Seven plays, 24 yards. Corey Wood, 44-yard field goal. And the Vikings cash in on that play. That was off of a Tracy Davis interception. So the Vikings have scored 17 points off of 3 Raven turnovers. Kongolo Wenimkamba to kick it off for Grandview. And a fair catch. And the Ravens will take it at their own 25. Grandview with 14 points to 7 in the second quarter for Benedictine. The Vikings outscored the Ravens 7-3 in the third, and right now have an early 3-0 fourth quarter advantage here in the fourth for a total of 14 points advantage on the scoreboard. Jackson Dooley out of the shotgun between a couple of backs. Dooley fires in the slot and a bobble, but a catch and a first down. by LeBron Jackson. To the 40, a gain of 15 yards and a Raven first down. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tanner Zimmerman, the tight end, signals and travels from right to left on the left side. Dooley, play action over the middle to Zimmerman. Wide open. He's got running room. Zimmerman, a sprint inside the 40, 30. Zimmerman is going to take it to the house for a score. A 60-yard pass play over the middle to Tanner Zimmerman, and the Ravens strike back quickly. That's Dooley's first touchdown strike of the day. And that's a 2-play drive that covered 75 yards. Extra point coming up from Cloby. And it's good, and we have another game at 24-17. So Grandview scores 5 seconds into the fourth quarter, and 54 seconds later, the Ravens are back on the board with 7 of their own, and we've got a 7-point game. I want to thank our season sponsors, Hy-Vee, Kent and Carroll Henning, Catch Des Moines, DeMoss, Des Moines Orthopedic Surgeons, and Country Inn and Suites by Radisson in Clive. My name is Jeff Kahn here from Mediacom Stadium in Des Moines, where the Ravens and the Vikings are hooking up for a top 5 showdown in the NAIA, the Heart of America Athletic Conference showdown of the week. And it's a 7-point matchup. Currently 66 in Des Moines under partly cloudy skies. Tanner Zimmerman now with 3 receptions for 88 yards in that score to lead the way for Benedictine in the receiving core. And Jackson Dooley is now 19 of 31 for 263, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. Here's the kickoff, and that'll go in the end zone for a touchback. Vikings 1st and 10 from their own 25. .14:01 to play in our game. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Waring hands it off to Van Pelt. Dalten off the left side, gets about 5 to the 30, 2nd down and 5. That'll put Van Pelt at the 70-yard mark on 16 carries and a touchdown today. He and Xavier Ugorji about identical. Ugorji with 63 yards on 15 carries and a touchdown currently for Benedictine. 2nd down and 5 from the 30. Shotgun snap to Waring. Outlet pass comes to Van Pelt. Dalton's got a 1st down, dives ahead for an extra yard to the 36. A gain of 6 and a Viking 1st down. And that's Dalton's 3rd reception today. First and 10, Grandview from their own 36. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Again, it's Van Pelt. Make it Schultz. This is Schultz, rather, off the right side. Ethan Schultz is to the 43 for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down and 3. Coming up on 12 minutes to play in this game. 2nd down and 3, Grandview from their own 43. It's Schultz, and he's going to push forward, pick up. He should have the 1st down right there at the needed 3 yards. Needed 3, got 3. Move the chains to the 46. Tristan Williams, wide out left. Toki slot left. Shotgun snap to Waring. Waring fires deep left, looking for Toki, and it's knocked away by Peyton Job, the safety out of Pleasant Hill, Missouri. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun snap to Waring. He'll keep it himself. And Jackson will spin into Raven territory to about the 49 for a gain of 5. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Chase Regaler is checked in for Grandview. Third and 5. Here's Waring looking left, fires, and there's Toki with the catch and the conversion for Grandview to the Benedictine 40. That's a gain of 9. And that puts Aisea near the 100 mark at 96 yards on 6 receptions. First and 10 from the Benedictine 40. Waring. Jackson stepping up. He's going to roll out. Fires it. No, he pumps it. Keeps it. Now he fires near side. That's caught by Jordan Cum at the 32-yard line. A pickup of 8. Waring had an eternity back there to throw the football. 2nd down and 2. As we approach 9 minutes to play in the ball game. Little jet sweep handoff. That's Jaquez Hall. Junior from Iowa City, a transfer out of Iowa Central. That's a 1st down. A gain of 2 to the 30. 1st and 10. Van Pelt. Dalten will be tagged for a loss of 1, back to the 31, 2nd down and 11. As we have 8 minutes to play in this game. Van Pelt, the running back, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Van Pelt again. Dalten will get inside the 30 to about the 27, maybe. They're going to give him the 28. It's a gain of 3. So now it's 3rd and 8 from the 28. Vikings set on keeping this ball on the ground to kill some clock and hopefully at least get a Corey Hall attempt at a field goal. Corey Wood, rather, attempted a field goal, excuse me. Empty backfield for Waring now. Shotgun snap, Waring. He's got Corey Phillips, and he is out of bounds, mark shy of the first down. Or is it a first down? It's a half yard shy of the down marker. Call it officially a gain of 7 to the 21. Less than a half yard here on 4th down. Ethan Schultz is checked in on 4th and a half yard. Play clock down to 7. Waring to Schultz, and he's got a first down. Ethan Schultz picks up the Viking first down. Inside the Raven 20. Call it to the 19-yard line, a gain of officially 2, 1st and 10. This is the 14th play of the drive, which began at their own 25. Here's Schultz again. He'll get a yard of the 18. 2nd and 9. Actually, it's a gain of 2 to the 17, so 2nd down and 8 is the official down and distance. Jordan comes to the right side of the formation. Shotgun snap to Waring. Jackson looking left, fires left, and he throws it behind the receiver. I think it was intended for Tristan Williams, but Williams went to the pylon, and Jackson threw behind him. Now 3rd and 8 from the 17. Play number 16 of the drive at the 4:31 mark of the 4th quarter. Out of the shotgun, Waring. Looks right, fires right. He's got Williams and he dropped it. Now that more than likely would not have been a first down conversion, but it would have got Corey Wood a little bit closer, and Wood will come out to try to make this a 2-score game again. It'll be at the 25-yard line, a 35-yard field goal if good. Call it a 34-yard field goal at the 24-yard line. Placement. Kick by Corey Wood is good. A 24-yard field goal by Corey Wood with 4:24 to go. His second boot of the quarter. And it's a 27-17 Grandview lead. That's a 17-play drive. That covered 51 yards. And it gives Grandview a two-score lead. So the Vikings have another two-score lead with 4:24 to go. The Ravens have all three of their timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Winham Kamba to kick it off for Grandview. And here's Lagafaina. And he got to about the 20 before he is wrapped up by Harry Leinen out of Waukee Northwest High School. And the Ravens begin 1st and 10 from their own 20. Dooley out of the shotgun. Fires right side, intended for Lagafaina, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Receiver slot left, wide right, short side. Ugorji in motion. Handoff goes to Jackson off the left side. And he's marked out of bounds at about the 29 for a gain of 9. It's going to be a first down carry, excuse me. That's a first down. Start the 19. Here's Dooley. That ball's knocked down at the line of scrimmage. And I think that was Mislon. Cameron Mislon, big number 97, knocked that one down, I think. 2nd down and 10 from the 29. Out of the pistol formation. Ugorji wrapped up by Jackson Filer. A gain of 3 to the 32. It'll be 2nd down or make it 3rd down and 7. Dooley floats it, and that ball is caught for a first down past the 40. Lagafaina to the 43, a gain of 11. 1st and 10 Ravens. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Here's Dooley. Looking left. Short pass to Jackson. And he'll be tackled for a short gain. That's Levi Manson, who has one of the Grandview interceptions today on defense. A gain of 3 to the 46, 2nd down and 7. Here's Dooley. Scrambling left, throwing deep. And that ball's caught. One-on-one coverage with Tracy Davis and Aisea Haston. Has it at the Viking 16. That's a big gain. That's a 38-yard gain on 2nd down, and we'll get the 2-minute warning, 2-minute timeout here. 2 minutes to go in this one as Grandview leads Benedictine 27-17. And the Ravens, with the 2-minute timeout, they do have 3 timeouts remaining. So a score here, and of course you're going to get an onside kick potentially. 1st and 10 from the 16, Dooley. That's incomplete to Lagafaina. 2nd down and 10. This will be the 9th play of the drive. They begin at their own 19. Second and 10, shotgun for Dooley. Dooley steps up and is going to run. He'll dive inside the 10 to the 8-yard line, a gain of 8. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 2. Clock is running. Third and 2, Dooley fires and complete. That'll be a 1st down catch at the 5-yard line to Tanner Zimmerman. It'll be 1st and goal. They'll stop the clock to move the chains briefly. With 1:28 to go, 1st and goal from the 5. Here's Dooley to Ugorji, and he's dropped for a loss. Jackson Filer got the first hit, then Casey Trudeau finished him up. And we'll get a timeout by Benedictine as they lost a couple of back to the 7-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and goal from the 7. From the 7-yard line, 2nd and goal. Dooley with 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Ugorji is in the backfield. Here's Dooley. Looks, fires to the end zone. Caught by Zimmerman for the touchdown. That's a 7-yard pass from Dooley to Zimmerman, and that's the 2nd time those 2 players have connected today. And we're not quite done yet. That's a 12-play drive that covered 81 yards. And the extra point is good. That makes it 27-24 in favor of Grandview. So now the Ravens have 2 timeouts and onside kick coming up. A reminder that the women's volleyball team plays tonight in their first conference matchup of the season against Culver Stockton. Vikings are 8-1, receiving votes in the national poll right now. So to recap briefly this game, both teams did not score in the first quarter. Grandview scored the first 14 points of the game. Waring to Toki and Dalten Van Pelt a 4-yard run made it 14-0. The Ravens scored to end the first half with 9 seconds to go on a Xavier Ugorji 1-yard run made it 14-7 after 1 quarter, make it after 2 quarters of play. Then it was a field goal by the Ravens to make it 14-10 by Klobe of 29 yards. And Waring hit Toki for a second time today from 29. Made it 21-10 after 3. And then in the fourth, it's been a Corey Wood 44-yard field goal. A Dooley to Zimmerman 60-yard pass to make it 24-17 in favor of Grandview. Corey Wood again from 34. And now a 7-yard pass from Dooley to Zimmerman. And that's where we stand. Here comes the onside kick. Klobe with the onside kick, and we'll get a timeout. Benedictine will host Graceland next week. Here's the onside kick, and that's covered up by Rex Woodley, I think. And the Vikings will take over from the 46. And the Ravens can stop the ball 2 times. And the Vikings should walk away here with their first win of the season, handing Benedictine their first loss of the season. And the Vikings will go to 8-2 all time against Benedictine. Waring hands it off to Van Pelt, and Dalton Van Pelt will pick up yardage inside the 40 to the 39. And Benedictine will stop the clock for a second time. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. Second and short, Waring. Van Pelt will be stopped for a loss back to the 41-yard line, and then Benedictine will stop the clock. With a minute to go. Okay, third down coming up for Grandview. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the 41-yard line, and Benedictine cannot stop the clock any more times. They used their last timeout right there. Waring out of the shotgun. And there might have been movement. That may be a free play. Waring's going to go deep for Toki, and it's incomplete, but I think Benedictine was offsides on that play. And that should give Grandview a first down. And that will unofficially end the game. That's what it is. And that'll give Grandview a first down on the offsides. And now they can just take a knee and come away here with a win over Benedictine. As they'll move the ball to the 36. So Grandview, an impressive win here today as Waring takes a knee. After the Ravens disposed of Morningside, they come here and put up a pretty good fight against Grandview and come up short against the defending national champions, as Grandview will have to snap the ball one more time to make it official. And they get away here with the win and go to 8-2 all time in the series and pick up their 6th consecutive win in the series. And that'll do it. So Grandview beats Benedictine 27-24. And Coach E.J. Peterson gets his first win as the head coach of the Grandview Vikings. And he gets a bath down there as he gets lots of love from the players and his fellow coaches on getting his first win as the Grandview football head coach. Final statistics, total yards goes Benedictine's way, 436 to 303. Passing yards, Benedictine 324 to Grandview's 162. And rushing, it's Benedictine Actually, Grandview had more yards rushing, 141 to 112 in the rushing department. But the big statistic of the day was the turnovers. And Grandview cashed in on 3 Raven turnovers for 17 points, and that was the difference. Levi Manson's interception led to a score. John Argo's fumble recovery led to a score. And Tracy Davis's interception led to 3. And that's 17 points the Vikings got off of Raven turnovers.